Hi everyone, we are back with House of Dragon episode 5 breakdown. This is CinemaBigWaves. At the very beginning of the episode, we witness a Game of Thrones themed scene that can be pleasant for Martin fans. Rhaenyra, Daemon's wife, who was mentioned in previous episodes and an important character in Vale, is seen hunting and riding a horse, and she unexpectedly confronts her husband. Rhaenyra says,
"The Vale sheep might be willing, even if I'm not. Our sheep are prettier, after all."
This shows that she heard what Daemon said in the first episode.
In the Vale, men are said to fuck sheep instead of women. I can assure you, the sheep are prettier.
Those who don't remember, Vale is the same land where Catelyn Stark's sister was the queen and was accidentally fell into a well by Lord Baelish, right? At the end of this short sequence, Rhaenyra, who we thought was going to play an important role, is completely eliminated with great violence, and her husband rids himself of this woman he didn't love. If we had a little doubt until this point in this series whether Daemon's character is grey or black, in this scene it becomes clear that he's not only black but also very evil and ruthless. So let's head back to King's Landing. Otto, the former hand of the king, is leaving the palace and preparing her daughter to face what is going to happen and trying to force her think about the situation. In fact, Otto is trying to make Alicent understand that this game is not a joke, and if she doesn't focus now, she and her children will be in trouble. In this scene, no matter how good and believable Otto's acting is, Alicent's acting is really weak. It is very strange that at the end of this scene, Alicent cries so much but does not shed a single tear. In the previous episode, Viserys decided to marry Rhaenyra and Rhaenyra Velaryon. Now we see them on the ship, going to Velaryon's castle. When the king goes to high tide with few companions, we notice they have no guards or servants there. If we didn't see two guards in the castle, I would have said that they must have entered the wrong castle. Another strange thing is that Lena has grown up and the actress is changed. The question is, Rhaenyra and Alicent both aged too, so why didn't we see that? The next question is, why should the king with his sickness travel all the way by the ship to propose the son of Corlys? If you have the answers to those questions, be sure to write us in the comment section. Next, we see that Lord Larys is trying to get close to Alicent. Lord Larys wanted to get closer to the Targaryen family and appeared in the group of noble women. In the future, we're going to see Lord Larys more in the story. Larys Strong tries to remind Alicent that she's alone in the court and has no allies by talking about some flowers that grow only in Essos. The acting of Lord Larys is annoying and exaggerated. He wants to be mysterious, but he looks more like cartoon characters. On the royal ship, Ser Cole offers Rhaenyra to leave King's Landing together. We already know from Rhaenyra's behavior that she has a desire for power. For example, during the war with Crabfeeder, she suggested to send her to battlefield.
Send us.
But the king mocked her. Also, in the first episode, she tells her mother why women should only have the duty of having children.
I'd rather serve as a knight and ride to battle in glory.
Seeing that white deer in the forest, she was sure that she's the right one to succeed her father. Here, we can be sure that Rhaenyra is hungry for power and will do anything to get it, even without worrying about the ones she loves. Viserys and his entourage arriving at King's Landing, the king passes out. Alicent also decides to call Ser Cole and find out what happened between Rhaenyra and Daemon that night. Later, a misunderstanding arises between them, because Alicent is trying to find out all about Daemon. But he reveals his relationship with Rhaenyra. Alicent, who trusted Rhaenyra until now, suddenly realizes her lie. And here, the first serious and deep rift between Alicent and Rhaenyra is happened. This gap is the beginning of the winding path that will eventually lead to a dance with dragons. It refers to a series of events during which the Targaryen family, in fact the heirs of Viserys, cause a full-scale bloody civil war. At the end, Alicent thanks Ser Cole for his honesty, an irony of Rhaenyra's dishonesty.
Thank you for your honesty, Sir Criston.
The royal wedding beginning, we were almost certain that this wedding would not have a happy ending. If you remember, all the weddings in Martin's War have had very tragic endings. I refer you to the Red Wedding and Joffrey's wedding in Game of Thrones.
Help your king! Move away!
When the guests arrive, King Viserys begins to speak. Alicent interrupts the king entering the hall. Alicent is declaring war by wearing a green dress and interrupting the king. In Hightower, where Alicent belongs to, the color of the flames change to green when there's a war. That's why green is a symbol of war for them. Next, we see that Joffrey, Rhaenyra's lover, finds out that Rhaenyra's lover is Ser Cole. Wait a minute, how did he know Ser Cole is the same person? Ser Cole stands as King's guard and looks around. I don't know where Joffrey gets his inspiration from. The only reason I can think of is that he read the script. All those who are going to fight for power in future are dancing in the middle of the hall. This can be a metaphor for a dance with dragons, where we're going to see the same people in betrayal, cruelty and violence later. In the middle of the dance, when Rhaenyra is taking a little revenge on Daemon with her words, everything gets messed up and we find out that Cole has fallen for Joffrey. Again, here we don't understand why Ser Cole kills Joffrey. Maybe because he wants to defend his honor, or maybe he wants to destroy those who threaten Rhaenyra by destroying Joffrey and himself. It's strange that after Joffrey was killed, no one was sent to look for Ser Cole, and again, this point seems illogical. In the final sequence, we see the parallel scenes of marriage of Rhaenyra and Laenor next to Alicent and Ser Cole, which shows the beginning of two separate alliances, the union of Queen, her father and Lord Larys, and on the other hand, Rhaenyra, Daemon, Laenor and Lena. Now, in the next episode, we have to see how the alliances take shape and who betrays others. Tell us in the comment section what's your opinion. What do you think is happening between the ruling family? And as always, thank you for being with us.